Anusya, Srikant, Priyanka, Kiran, welcome everybody. So in today's session, we are going to discuss questions from science and technology that was asked by UPSC in Prelims 2020. So we have already a session where we discussed about the geography and environment question already we discussed. And if those who means not attended, you can easily watch that session when you will visit Career Launcher UPSC YouTube. Okay, YouTube video that is uploaded on YouTube. So good evening, Jayad, Priyanka, Mom, welcome. So let's start our discussion. Okay. So you all know polity and science and technology. This year there was a question more from polity and science and technology. So we'll discuss about the questions in detail and what should be your strategy for the next year prelims. Okay. आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Okay, 1 minute. Now it's audible. Now it's audible to everybody. Okay, so let's discussion start with one by one. We will first discuss about the polity question. Now, before going to start a discussion, I want to tell you that for next year prelims exam, you have to read the same sources. No need to change your source. No need to change your strategy. Your sources will be the same. Like M. Lakshmikant for polity. Again, this year M. Lakshmikant book means itself prove that it's a Bible for your polity. Your source should be always remain the same. M. Lakshmikant for polity. Okay. Then class 11th NCERT. And for current affair, you are every day you are reading a newspaper. That newspaper also help you to understand the current affair related with the polity. What is happening in India, Indian legislature, about the state legislature. Okay, so important provision of the constitution sometime always in newspaper. So try to understand and read it, the concept. Okay, and last 10-year question paper. This is very important. Please consider this point is very important. Last 10-year question paper is very important. You have to solve it last 10-year question paper from 2011 to 2020. If you will solve 2011 to 2020 क्वेश्चन, और क्वेश्चन कैसे सॉल्व करना है वो हम लोग आज बात करेंगे यहाँ पर. पर्पस ऑफ दिस लेक्चर इज जस्ट टू एक्सप्लेन यू वेयर यू हैव टू फोकस and what should be always keep in your mind while solving past year question paper, because past year question paper is one area where that will give you an idea where should be your focus and what should be your boundary of preparation. Okay, so without any delay, let's start a discussion. The first question that was in polity this year, I will take your all query, whatever you have a query, where to get those questions. You can buy a book, question bank from a market. That is many of the author published book where you will see a past year question paper. Political science, see, this is not for a political science optional. Punpun we will discuss about the political science optional book in other discussion class. So this is about the polity and science and technology question paper. Okay, this is the set C question number 95. Okay, in set C there was a question number 95. Let's see the first question. What question is asking? In India, separation of judiciary from the executive is enjoyed by. In India, separation of judiciary from the executive is enjoyed by. Most of you know the answer. What would be the correct answer of this question? But idea here is to understand the concept. Why this preamble is mentioned here. For next year prelims, you have to focus on preamble. ओके, प्रियम्बल आपका एक एरिया होगा. जब नेक्स्ट ईयर आप प्रीलिम्स देने जाओगे तो प्रियम्बल पे अच्छा से पढ़ना है आपको. ओके, प्रियम्बल भी इस साल क्वेश्चंस काफी आए, 2-3 क्वेश्चंस प्रियम्बल पे आए हुए हैं. सो प्रियम्बल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है जहां पर बात कर रही है किया गया सेपरेशन ऑफ जुडिशरी फ्रॉम द एग्जीक्यूटिव. Another one is called directive principle of state policy. Another one is called, C option is called seventh schedule, and D option is about the conventional practice. So when you will read a directive principle of state policy, okay, you must complete the topic like fundamental rights, directive principle of state policy, and fundamental duties. These three are very important. This should be a core of your preparation. This should be in your fingertips. Every article from article 12 to 51, article 12 to 51, okay. So article 12 to 35 is your fundamental right, and from article 36 to 51 is talking about DPSP. You must know each and every article in detail. At least आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि कौन सा आर्टिकल क्या कहता है. If I will say which article is talking about untouchability, suddenly you say it's article 17. Which article is talking about the abolition of title, आपको दिमाग में तुरंत आना चाहिए article 18 है जो titles के बारे में बात करता है. So that should be your preparation. वैसे लेवल पे आपको प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ेगा कि every article should be in your fingertips. Okay, at least for fundamental right, DPSP and fundamental duties. Okay, so when you will read directive principle of state policy, article 50 itself say that states shall take a step to separate the judiciary from the executive in the public service to the state. So this will be the correct answer, directive principle of state policy. It's a very straightforward question. अगर आप पॉलिटी लक्ष्मीकांत या कहीं से भी आप पॉलिटी पढ़ रहे हो, अगर थोड़ा से भी आपको एक एक आर्टिकल्स को आप पढ़े और उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा एनालिसिस किए होंगे तो यू कैन इजिली फाइंड आउट दी विच वन इज द करेक्ट आंसर. बट for the next year, what you will do, you have to prepare in detail about DPSP, you have to prepare about the preamble of the constitution, and also for the seventh schedule. Now what is seventh schedule? Every year in prelims exam you will see one question from this schedule. There are total number, how many schedules? 12 schedules are there. Okay, then seventh schedule is talking about the separation of power between the center and state and division of the subjects under three lists called union list, okay, state list, and the concurrent list. So at least you should know what our schedule 7 is talking about. It's talking about the division of power on the different subjects, that is union list, state list, and concurrent list. So seventh schedule, okay. So schedule, preamble, and DPSP, you can write, this will be your a part of your preparation. आप इसको कभी अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते हो. प्रीलिम्स में अगर आप यूपीएससी के एग्जाम दे रहे हो या कोई भी एग्जाम दे रहे हो, स्टेट का कोई भी एग्जाम दे रहे हो, तो ये जो है ये कोर टॉपिक है, इससे कहीं ना कहीं क्वेश्चन जरूर आते हैं. So which one will be the correct answer? D will be the correct answer, directive principle of a state policy. Now another question is, a parliamentary system of government is one in which, see this is again a straightforward question. ये भी एक straightforward question है. If you know what type of government is in India, so basically our constitution provide a parliamentary form of government. Okay, we have a parliamentary form of government both at the center and at the state. And when we talk about the articles, so articles like 74 and 75, article 74 and 75 of the constitution talking about the parliamentary system government at the center, and at the state article 163 and article 164 that talking about state, okay, parliamentary system government at the state. So what is parliamentary system government? See, there are two type of government. One is called presidential form of government, another one is called parliamentary form of government. Now the difference between this type of government is that this type of government is defined on the basis of relationship between the legislature and the executive. What would be the relationship between legislature और executive के बीच में क्या relation है? Okay, so this, when a executive is independent of legislature, we called as a presidential form of government. That type of government you see in US, United States, US constitution talk about the presidential form of government. And when executive is dependent on legislature, we call as a parliamentary form of government. So our executive is the part of the legislature. Okay, when you will see the council of minister, article 75 talks about the council of minister is directly responsible to the Lok Sabha. Whether a minister is from Raj Sabha or Lok Sabha, they are responsible to the Lok Sabha. Okay, so all the options say that all political party in the parliament is represented in the government. Okay, second option is talking about the government is responsible to the parliament and can be removed by it. If you will read this statement, then you must know the one important concept called no confidence motion. No confidence motion. What is no confidence motion? Whenever opposition party pass the no confidence motion and it will be successfully passed in the parliament in Lok Sabha, So in Lok Sabha, in that case, government will be removed. So the government is responsible to the parliament. Yes, executive is responsible to the parliament. Whatever the act that will be made by executive, that will be accountable to the parliament. Parliament under the public account committee, state estimate committee, ये सब कुछ committees है parliament के जो कि executive को accountable बनाती है, questionable बनाती है कि you have to answer each and every expenditure. So they are responsible to the parliament and can be removed by it. So this will be the correct answer. 81B. Now those who have completed parliament in a proper manner, you know all the important concept of parliament, about the sessions, about what type of government, कैसे appointment होता है speaker, deputy speaker का, member of लोक सभा, राज्य सभा, what is the power of राज्य सभा. तो ये साल पार्लियामेंट से क्वेश्चंस आए हैं, ठीक है. तो स्टैटिक पोर्शन से ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं पॉलिटी में. When we comparing all the subject from geography, polity, economy, history, science and technology, so polity play a very important role here, where questions that are more from the static portion, very less question from the current affair. So अगर आप लक्ष्मीकांत को अच्छे से पढ़े हो, सही ढंग से पढ़े हो, तो आप देखोगे एक एक क्वेश्चन पढ़ोगे, इजिली आप उसको सॉल्व कर पाओगे, ठीक है. नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Question number 83. This is from your set C. Okay. What is question number 83? Question number 83. Okay. See. So question is, the Constitution of India define, see the, first read the statement. Now whenever you see the consider the following statement, in that case you have to read statement carefully. आपको ज्यादा हड़बड़ा के स्टेटमेंट पढ़ना नहीं एग्जाम में, कह रहे ये तो पढ़ा हुआ है इसको जल्दी सॉल्व कर देते हैं, ऐसा नहीं. आपको क्वेश्चंस को स्टेटमेंट से उसको पढ़ना है सही ढंग से. देखिए ये क्वेश्चन क्या है कि स्टेटमेंट इट्स लुक लाइक अ करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट, बट व्हेन यू will focus on each and every word, what each and every word is saying. The Constitution of India define its basic structure in terms of federalism, secularism, fundamental right and democracy. So these are the basic structure of our constitution, but constitution कभी basic structure को define किया नहीं है. Whatever we know about the basic structure from the Keshavanand Bharati case 1973 से पता चला है कि this is the basic structure, and Supreme Court defined in Supreme Court in its various judgment given the concept of this should be the this is like harmony between directive principle of state policy and fundamental rights should be the basic structure. A federal structure should be a basic structure. So from Supreme Court various judgment we found this is the basic structure, and what exactly basic structure. तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कहीं नहीं डिफाइन किया गया व्हाट इज बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर, तो ये स्टेटमेंट अपने आप में गलत हो जा रहा है. So try to read statement carefully. Okay. Second statement is talking about the Constitution of India provide for judicial review to safeguard the citizens' liberties and to preserve the ideals on which the Constitution is based. Now, second statement is talking about the judicial review. Okay, judicial review के बारे में बात कर रहा है. So judicial review is, you know, Article 13. If you remember, Article 13 is talking about judicial review. What is judicial review? So judicial review that whenever a parliament or state legislature or local government or executive body, okay, government of India, if they can make any law and that law is infringement to the fundamental right or they are violation of the fundamental right, then that law should be declared void by the constitution, by the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court under Article 32, okay. So judicial review, that judicial review said that Supreme Court have a power that protect the fundamental right of the citizens, and what is citizens' liberties is a fundamental right. So this statement is true. So which of these statement given above is or are correct? So statement only B is the correct answer. Okay. Now basic structure. Few months back I had taken one session on basic structure of constitution. That was a free session, that was live on YouTube. So basic structure मैंने काफी डिटेल में वहां बताया था 1.5-2 महीना पहले. Okay, 1.5 month back I had taken one session on basic structure. So if you want to watch video that is uploaded on YouTube, you can go and watch it. So what exactly the basic structure, entire story behind basic structure and what are the present basic structure in our constitution. Okay. Another question, 8497. Carrier launcher UPSC. Carrier launcher UPSC is a YouTube name. You can go and watch it. Carrier launcher UPSC. Okay. Now, what should be a constitutional government? Is a constitutional government by definition is a what do you understand the term called constitutional government? See, it's a government by legislature, it's a popular government or multi-party government or limited government. So when we talk about the constitutional government, we know the term called constitutionalism. Okay. So what is the meaning of this word constitutionalism? It means that our constitution is a limited government. Okay, it's a limited government. Means you know that under Supreme Court we have Article 13 that talk about the judicial review. So our parliament, our government cannot make any law as their whatever manner they want, because if government will make any law that will be a violation for the fundamental right, then that law is declared void by the Supreme Court. So our government, what type of constitutional government is a limited government. Okay, where a power is defined by the constitution, but government also know what should be their boundary limit. There should be a boundary limit. This is a boundary limit. They have to not cross this boundary limit. Okay, means they have to create a law for the welfare of the people of India. Okay, and that law should not be a violation of the fundamental rights or any other right of the people of India. If government will try to do any such type of law, that law will be considered a void. Carol launcher UPSC, yes. Okay, so 97 question number. This is a CSE 97. A constitutional government by definition is a limited government. It's a limited government. It should understand their boundary limit. कितना उसको काम करना है, this should understand its boundary limit. Okay. Now next question number 89. So consider the following statement. Okay, according to the Constitution of India, a person who is eligible to vote can be made a minister in a state for 6 months, even he or she is not a member of the legislature of the state. Okay. Second statement is, according to the Representation of People Act 1951, a person convicted of a criminal offense and sentenced to imprisonment for 5 years is permanently disqualified. See the word permanently disqualified is a key word here. Okay, from contesting an election even after his release from prison. Okay, so there are two statements. This two statement is talking about the member of the legislature. Okay, I will give you PDF. Okay. So first statement is talking about suppose any citizen of India who is eligible to vote in a Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly, they have a means eligible to be a minister for the period of 6 months. So this is given in our constitution. ठीक है कि कोई भी जो person है अगर they are eligible to vote in our country election, they have a there is a provision that they will be a minister. They will be minister of our country. The minister of in our country for the 6 month period without being the member of the parliament. So within a 6 month that person should be being a part of any house of the parliament, either Lok Sabha or Raj Sabha. कहीं ना कहीं दोनों में कहीं ना कहीं उसको मेंबर बन जाना होगा. ठीक है, लेकिन 6 मंथ के लिए मिनिस्टर बन सकता है. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट. ओके, now statement 2 is talking about Representation of People Act 1951. So section 8 of Representation of People Act 1951 says that on the ground of disqualification on conviction of certain offenses, a person is disqualified, but they not disqualified for a permanent. They can disqualified only for a limited period. जितना पीरियड के लिए मेंशन किया गया है, फॉर एग्जांपल 4 ईयर, 5 ईयर, 3 ईयर, 6 ईयर, 7 ईयर्स, उतने साल के लिए वो डिस्क्वालिफाइड रहेगा, लेकिन वो परमानेंटली डिस्क्वालिफाइड होगा ये मेंशन नहीं किया गया, ठीक है। सो दिस विल बी अ रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट. So what would be the correct answer? Which of the correct answer given above is are correct? Only one is the correct answer. So here again a parliament, chapter parliament. You read parliament again and again. Each and every topic given in a parliament, when you talk about the election of the member of the Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, nominated member, kitne member nominate hote Lok Sabha mein, Raj Sabha mein by the president. You must know the about the session of the parliament. You must know the means what is the procedure of bill that introduced in the parliament, how many types of bills, public bills and private bills. There is also constitutional amendment bills. So what are the procedure for each and everything? Budget session in the parliament, budget session, how budget session passed in how many stages, what is money bill, what is appropriation bill. So parliament itself a very big chapter, and this year many of the questions from the parliament. So parliament and state legislature, you have to prepare very well for the next prelims exam. Okay, next question is about, again this question talking about the president of India can summon a session of the parliament at such place as he or she think fit. Okay, so first statement talking about the, it is the legislative power of the president. Legislative power of the president, what are the legislative power of the president? Legislative power of the president means president can summon the both houses of parliament. President can summon the joint sitting of the session of the parliament, where speaker is the chairman. So if you know this concept that the president has the power to summon a session of the parliament, prorogue, okay, prorogue, also dissolve the Lok Sabha. Okay, president has power to dissolve the Lok Sabha before completion of its tenure. So if you know the legislative power of the president, then you easily say this statement one is correct. And this is also said that the president, if any, suppose any construction activity is going on in parliament, or any because of any reason, because that place is not suitable for conducting of any session, then president has a power to start a session whatever place they want. Okay, so the president of India can summon a session of the parliament at such place he or she think fit. So this statement is correct. Okay, second statement is the Constitution of India provide for 3 sessions of the parliament in a year, but it is not mandatory to conduct all 3 sessions. Okay, so first of all you have to understand the 3 sessions. We are talking about 3 sessions. The one is called budget session, another one is called your monsoon session, and winter session. Okay, so these are the 3 sessions. Okay, at that parliament every year you see 3 sessions, but it is not mentioned in the constitution about the 3 sessions. On a generally session of the parliament, when we define by history of the parliament, when it started a session from the 1950, it conducted 3 sessions a year. Okay, but it is not mandatory to conduct all 3 sessions. Maybe there will be a one or 2 sessions. But when you read the third statement is talking about there is no minimum number of days that the parliament is required to meet in a year. But this is mentioned that a 2 session, the gap between the 2 sessions should not be a more than 6 months. Okay, the gap between the 2 sessions should not be a more than 6 months. So it is defined here, mentioned there is no minimum number of days that parliament is required to meet in a year. So it is defined here, 6 months is defined. Okay, the first statement, the president of India can summon a session of the parliament at such place he or think if it is the correct statement. Constitution of India does not define the 3 session, and it's not mandatory. So if in any year only 2 session will be there. Okay, so which of the statement given above is are correct? So there is no minimum number of days. Okay, minimum number of days. So minimum number of days already defined. Okay, so only option number A will be the correct answer. Yes, you can do it in Hindi. If you have a option, then you can question will become in both Hindi and English. In UPSC prelims, the question will become in both Hindi and English. So option number A will be the correct statement. Again, question from the parliament session and president power. So you should know the president power, executive power, legislative power, means pocket veto power of the president, ordinance making power of the president, judicial power of the president. You should cover all this power of the president. Another question is now question from the preamble. So the preamble to the Constitution of India is a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect. Okay, this makes little bit some sense. It will confuse you in exam. It is not a part of the Constitution and has no legal effect either. A part of the Constitution and has the same legal effect as any other part. And this statement is talking about a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other part. Okay, so out of the four statement, you at least must know about the preamble. So preamble, if you read about the preamble in Berubari case, 1960, Supreme Court said that preamble is not the part of the Constitution. In Berubari case, Supreme Court said preamble is not the part of the Constitution. And again, Supreme Court changed its statement. Gap is mentioned, not a number of days. Gap, yes, gap is mentioned. That should not be a gap of more than 6 months. Which power? This is the legislative power. We are talking about the legislative power of the president. Okay. So a part of the Constitution, so preamble in Berubari case 1960, it said that preamble is not the part of the Constitution. In Keshavananda Bharti case, 1973, Supreme Court said that preamble is the part of the Constitution and it should be an amendment. Okay, so out of the four statement, preamble is a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect. Another thing about the preamble, Supreme Court said that it is non-justiciable in nature. It's not be enforceable by any court. Okay, so non-justiciable in nature. So it shows that it is a part of the Constitution according to Keshavananda Bharti case, non-justiciable in nature but has no legal effect independently of the other part. So option D will be the correct answer. Okay, a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts. So preamble, you should prepare about the preamble. You know, preamble was amended only one time in 1976 and added a 3 terms called socialist, secular and integrity. 3 words inserted in preamble by 42nd amendment 1976: socialist, secular and integrity. Okay, so preamble again unexpected area, UPSC इस बार क्वेश्चन काफी पूछा वहां से. Yes, this will be uploaded on YouTube also. Okay, so correct answer will be a D. Now question number 88 of set C. Which part of the Constitution of India declare a ideal welfare state? Okay, welfare state कौन सा part कहता है? Like directive principle of state policy. First statement, directive principle of state policy. Second one is fundamental right. Third one is called preamble. And again 7th schedule. See, again 7th schedule is here. So what you will do for the next prelims? You have to prepare a 7th schedule, means union list में क्या क्या आता है? What should be come under the concurrent list? What will become under the state list? 7th schedule. Okay. So welfare state के बारे में जब भी बात करते हैं तो that will be a directive principle of state policy. So when you will read the difference between fundamental right and directive principle of state policy, directive principle of state policy is like article 37 talk about the fundamental in the governance of the country, and government should make a law in while considering the directive principle of state policy. Okay, so directive principle of state policy is your ideal, which ideal of welfare state is talking about directive principle of state policy. So A will be the correct answer. Like it's a direct question, a direct straightforward question. You can, if you will read the basic of polity, then you can easily solve it. Okay. See, on the other hand, sorry, this is a why pop-up message is coming. Other than the fundamental rights, which of the following part of the Constitution of India reflects the principle and provision of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948? So Universal Declaration of Human Rights. What are the human rights you know about? Human rights is like free legal aid, equal pay for equal work, a man's and a women should be treated equally. Okay, management of work means participant worker in the management of industry. That are some human rights we are talking about. So directive principle of state policy, where you will see Gandhian principle, socialist principle, and other principles that talking about from Article 36 to 51. So we'll see a DPSP is the area where you will see maximum they are talking about the human rights like free legal aid to the poor, equal pay for equal work. Okay, there should be not the concentration of wealth in one hand. Okay, distribution of resources with those who are needy one. Okay, so directive principle state policy is talking about where you will see the maximum universal declaration of human right. So this should not be preamble and fundamental duties. Fundamental duties like just instruction given. What should be our duty while enjoying our fundamental right? What are the duties of the citizen? So only two will be the correct answer. So directive principle is a state policy where you will see maximum they are talking about the fundamental rights. Another question, with reference to the provision contained part 4 of the Constitution of India, which of the following statement is or are correct? So this year question from DPSP, preamble, पार्लियामेंट से ज्यादा पूछा है इस बार. ठीक है, डीपीएसपी, प्रियम्बल, पार्लियामेंट, फंडामेंटल राइट्स. ठीक है, so these are the area where this year UPSC maximum they have question from these areas. So part 4 of the Constitution, which of the following statement is or are correct? They shall be enforceable by courts. Okay, first statement. Second statement, they shall not be enforceable by any court. Third statement is the principle laid down in this part are to influence the making of law by the state. Okay, so Article 37 of the Constitution talk about, when we talk about DPSP is the fundamental in the governance of the country, and it state always consider DPSP while making law. Okay, whatever the welfare law state government will make, they will consider the DPSP. It's like an instruction. It's a given instruction, suggestion. It's given a suggestion to the government that what should be the law related with the welfare of the people. So statement number 3 is the correct. The principle laid down in this part are to influence the making of law by the state. So statement number 3 is correct. Now statement 1 is they shall not be enforceable by court. So when you compare the difference between fundamental right and DPSP, so fundamental right is more protected. It will be always enforceable by the court. But DPSP is a non-justiciable in nature. It not be enforceable by any court. So statement number 2 will also be a correct. So which one will the correct? Statement 1 will be a wrong. They shall not be enforceable by court. Statement 1 be a wrong. So correct answer will be a D. That is 2 and 3 only. If you will read line by line of Lakshmikant, remember the articles 2-3 times you will read, then you will easily solve such type of question. But again, this is a warning for the next prelims. This is not necessarily that again UPSC will ask such a simple question, static portion. This shows that you have to make a balance between the current affair and your static portion. ऐसा नहीं कि आप current affair पे ज़्यादा focus कर रहे हो and you are completely neglecting the static portion. That should not be your approach. Your approach should be a balance where a conceptual clarity is very important. At the same time, a factual information is also very important. For example, number of days, okay, how many sessions are there? This type of information will help you to solve question in UPSC prelims exam. Okay. Now move to next question. So in the context of India, which one of the following is the characteristic appropriate for the bureaucracy? तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है वो क्या है कि दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड दे आर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग द पब्लिक पॉलिसी. Legislature will make the law and they will be implemented. So reading directly statement D, an agency for the implementation of the public policy will be the correct answer. Okay. Okay, some of you are asking about the Hindi, speak in Hindi, some of you are asking about speak in English, so this will be a bilingual. Okay, so इसमें से सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ब्यूरोक्रेसी में क्या बता रहा है, ब्यूरोक्रेसी क्या है, दे आर द पार्ट ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूटिव, एग्जीक्यूटिव का पार्ट है एंड मेन फंक्शन क्या होता है, दे आर इंप्लीमेंटिंग द लॉ, वट एवर द लॉ मेड बाय द पार्लियामेंट दे आर इंप्लीमेंटिंग इट. तो उनका काम है इंप्लीमेंटेशन करना पब्लिक पॉलिसी को. ठीक है, will notify very soon Shahid Ahmed about the writing session. We will start a writing session very soon, so we will notify you when a session will be start. Now next question in polity, they are asking about the question, Rajya Sabha has equal power with the Lok Sabha in, so comparison between the power of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. You know, Lok Sabha is more dominant. In case of money bill, Lok Sabha have only power whether decide the bill or money bill, this is or not, this is the power of the speaker, and Lok Sabha have a power to pass a money bill. So equal power means both have the same power. So first one is the matter of creating a new all India services. So under article 312 of the constitution, this is the sole right given to the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha have power to create all India services. Like how many all India services right now we have? We have Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, and Indian Forest Service. Okay, so 3 all India services. So all India services power given to the Rajya Sabha only. So this is not equal power. Okay, amending the constitution. Okay, so when we talk about the article 360 of the constitution, that talking about the Article 360, that the amendment of the constitution, a bill should be passed separately in both the houses of the parliament. That is special majority. Special majority is required for passing of the bill, constitutional amendment bill in parliament. Okay, special majority both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and there is no any provision of joint sitting. So when we talk about the equal power, so amending the constitution, both the houses have the equal power. So B will be the correct answer. And the removal of the government, as you know, Article 75 talks about the council minister is directly responsible to the Lok Sabha, and Lok Sabha have a power to pass a no confidence motion, not in a Rajya Sabha. Once a no confidence motion will pass in Lok Sabha, the government will be removed. And making the cut motion, this is the part of your budget session. Budget, when a budget is passed in the parliament, so this is a given a minister. Okay, they are asking questions and they are asking for the cut motion. The cut motion is a one provision where they are asking for decrease the demand of expenditure by the different ministries. So this is again a Lok Sabha have a power. Entire budget is like a money bill. So money bill का पूरा जो procedure है वो लोक सभा में ही है. So making cut motion is also a Lok Sabha is dominant. So out of the 4 option, amending the constitution where equal means sitting equal majority is required from both the houses of the parliament. No problem, Himanshi. You can directly watch on YouTube. This is a live on YouTube. After the completion of session, this will be always present on YouTube. Anytime you can watch it. Okay, आप कभी भी देख सकते हो, YouTube पे रहेगा हमेशा. ठीक है? Now, this all the question from this polity. Now we are going to discuss the question from this science and technology. Now, पॉलिटी का जब हम लोग क्वेश्चन डिस्कस किए तो उसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात क्या था कि दिस ईयर मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द स्टैटिक पोर्शन. ओके, स्टैटिक पोर्शन. So what should be your strategy for the next year? Next year you should be focused more on Lakshmikant. Okay, read Lakshmikant, the important chapters like President, Parliament, Fundamental Duties, Fundamental Right, Directive Principle, State Policy, Types of Government, what are the federal government, parliamentary form of government, basic structure of the constitution, local government, judiciary. So these are some area where you can't neglect in polity, and read each and every line carefully and understand each and every concept. So conceptual clarity is very important in polity for solving such a type of question. As you question looks very straightforward, but if you don't know the exactly means you have no conceptual clarity and you don't know the facts, then it's not possible to solve such type of questions. So when we talk about the science and technology this year, again this year a 14 question is from science and technology, and there is not a single source for science and technology. When we talk about polity, history, and geography, there is a book already defined that you can read NCRT, you can read M. Lakshmikant from polity, you read a modern India spectrum for modern India. So there is book available in the market, some authentic book available in the market from where you can repeatedly read the same things again and again. But when we talk about the science and technology, it required a constant preparation. Means from suppose you are want to appear in 2021 prelims, so you have to start current affair topics from 2019. From 2019, 2020 का पूरा current affair देखना है, and then 2021 you have to appear in the month of June. Your prelims examination will be in the month of June on 27 June. So all 2019 year, 2020 year, you have to solve all the question means topic. You have to cover all the topic from this science and technology. This is the one way, okay, where you are focusing a constant preparation required in science and technology. At the same time, you also know the basic part. Basic means static portion, means you know a basic of biology, some basic part of physics, and some chemistry. Okay, so if you know, you will read the class 6 to 10 NCRT, okay, science NCRT, that will be enough for you. Okay, and next important thing is solve the past year question paper, because science and technology, you will see a maximum number of questions they are repeating again and again, they are directly or indirectly. So if you will catch the topic of this year, then if you are preparing the topic, you catch the topic and you prepare for the next year, whatever the new achievement by the Indian scientists, or whatever new reforms bring by the government on such area, then this will be helpful for your next year prelims. Okay, so what should be the strategy in science and technology? You first complete the basic books 6 to 10 NCRT, and then read newspaper every day. Okay, and solve the past year question paper. And what's how many year back question paper? I will suggest you to solve 5-year question paper. Okay, from 2015 to 2020. आप 2015 से 2020 तक सारे जो साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी क्वेश्चन है, स्पेशली द एरिया कॉल्ड बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी, इंफॉर्मेशन एंड कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, okay, ICT, information communication technology, and your defense technology. So you have to cover all this area, and best way is seeing the past year question paper. So this is an analysis from 2013 to 2020 question that asked in science and technology. You see average question will be somewhere around 14 to 18 question. 14 to 18 question, maximum 18 question they will ask from science and technology. This, although there is no limit कि हम कितना question पूछेगा UPSC, but you prepare that out of 100 question, 14 to 18 question will be from your science and technology. And if 14 question is there, then all 13, only one question will be static portion. 95% of the question will be from your contemporary issues, means current affair. Okay, so you have to focus more on current affair. Let's solve one by one each and every question from science and technology. The first question is talking about, with the present state of development, artificial intelligence can effectively do which of the following? Now, if you will see the past year question paper, especially in mains, see, not only solving the prelims question paper, I will suggest you to see the GS paper mains question paper also, because the topic that will become in GS paper, especially in science and technology environment, next year they are asking the same topic in prelims exam. So artificial intelligence was the one essay topic in 2019 mains examination. There was essay paper, and one topic is from the artificial intelligence, and this is a very important means technology, you can say that enter in India, where government is doing a lot of investment for improving the different sector of our country. When we talk about the health sector, when you talk about agriculture sector, economic sector, how we can make our life so easy by the help of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, something where a machine can think like a human being. Okay, how a machine can perform a task that required a task performed by a human being. So that is called artificial intelligence. So let's see the all these statements. It's bring down the electricity consumption in industrial units. Okay, it create a meaningful short stories and songs. It is help in disease diagnosis. Okay, text to speech conversion and wireless transmission of electrical energy. So see, all the five statement is true here. Okay, because some of the industries also using one app that work on the principle of artificial intelligence that find out which time required a voltage is very high and which time less electricity consumption is required. So on the basis of this identification, this artificial intelligence helps to conserve electricity many of the industries. So this is the statement one is correct. Create meaningful short stories and songs, this is also correct. Disease diagnosis, this is a one very important reform in health sector. Okay, where it easily diagnoses the found main affected area of the body, easily find out. So disease diagnosis is possible by the artificial intelligence. Okay, टेक्स्ट टू स्पीच कन्वर्जन लाइक अलेक्सा, आप देखते हो अलेक्सा जो है वो टेक्स्ट टू स्पीच कन्वर्जन है ही है. Okay, and wireless transmission for electrical energy is also possible. So in such type of question you just means see all the questions is more or less this are application of artificial intelligence. So correct answer will be a D, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in building and factories, artificial intelligence can monitor and collect the information. Okay, and energy consumption the form of number. Okay, so this is the one area where numbers, text, images and videos evaluating what is observed. It can manage energy usage, reducing it during peak hours. For example, okay, peak hours में ये जितना है उसमें कितना एनर्जी चाहिए उसको डिक्रीज कराने के लिए वो एक प्री डिटरमाइंड डाटा से पता चल जाता है. Such as problems such as bottleneck can be identified and equipment failure detected even before they happen. So जो भी एक्सीडेंट होने वाला है उससे पहले ही इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजप्शन का ये आइडेंटिफाई कर लेता है बाय द हेल्प ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. Okay, so option correct answer will be a D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now next question is about the blockchain technology. This is again a repeated topic. UPSC always asks the question from the blockchain technology, हमेशा पूछते रहता है. ठीक है, so it is a public ledger. It is a public ledger that everyone can inspect but which no single user control. Remember when you will see the past year question paper 2016, there was a question from the bitcoins. So bitcoins is a basically work on the principle of blockchain technology called cryptocurrency. So it is not means controlled by a single user. So this statement is correct. It is a public ledger that everyone can inspect but which no single user can control. So this statement is correct. The structure and design of blockchain is such that all the data in it are about cryptocurrency only. So suppose you are belong from non-science background and you don't know exactly what blockchain technology and you want to attempt this question. So seeing the only, whenever you see the word only, that statement is 98% that statement is wrong. Okay, so only जो है तो वो बहुत ही confusion वाली word है. So structure and design of blockchain insists that all the data in it are about to cryptocurrency only. No, blockchain technology is for other purpose also, not only for the cryptocurrency. ऐसा नहीं कि वो cryptocurrency के principle पे ही काम करेगा, other principle पे भी काम कर सकता है. ठीक है, so this statement 2 is wrong. If you will say statement 2 is wrong, then you can easily remove B and C. Then application that depend on basic feature of blockchain can be developed without anybody permissions. Okay, so this is possible. So option number 1 and 3 is the correct answer. D, 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Okay, now move to the next question. See how means question is repeating every year, the same area UPSC is asking question. So what is important here, you have to just know these things. What is blockchain technology, what are the application of blockchain technology. Okay, अगर आप इतना भी उसमें पता है तो आप एक दो ऑप्शंस को देखकर एलिमिनेट इजीली कर लीजिएगा. कैन इजीली एलिमिनेट दी ऑप्शन. ओके, अदर क्वेश्चन इज कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग एक्टिविटीज. This is the Again, an important question that based on application. Spraying pesticides on crop field, inspecting the craters of active volcanoes. Third one is collecting a breath sample from spouting whales for DNA analysis. At the present level of technology, which of the above activity can be successfully carried out by using drones? So unmanned aerial vehicles. You must heard about the unmanned aerial vehicles. That is again an improvement in defense technology. So what are the application of drones? So drone can be helped to spraying pesticide on a crop field. Yes, this is possible. We can use a drone for spraying a pesticide to reduce the manpower. Inspecting the crater of active volcano. This is also true because it's not possible for a human beings to visit a very close to the active volcano. So what exactly is happening in active volcanoes? To know, we can use by the help of drones. Okay, drone have some sensors that can identify when a volcanic eruption will take place and what type of lava is there. Okay, another one is collecting breath sample from spouting whales and DNA for DNA analysis. This is also done by many of the countries where they using the drones for identifying the taking the sample breath sample of the spouting whales and dolphins. Okay, the scientists flew a small drone over the blowhole of few humpback whales in US and Canada to collect the microbes living inside their breath. Sampling the community of microbes and bacteria living inside whales called the microbiome can help better understand what make a healthy whale and what happen when a whale get sick. So this is also helping to understand the DNA analysis of some of the fishes by the help of drone. So all this statement is correct. Okay, so option of D will be the correct answer. Question number 53 of set C from Science and Technology. The experiment will employ a trio of spacecraft flying in a formation in the shape of an equilateral triangle that has side 1 million kilometer long with lasers shining between the craft. The experiment in question referred to a Voyager 2, New Horizons, LISA Pathfinder, and Evolved LISA. So this is a one statement where you have to identify what type of experiment they are talking about. Okay, what type of experiment they are talking about? So Voyager 2 is a NASA mission that was started in 1970s. Okay, and this is for the knowing this is a single spacecraft, as the question is talking about three spacecraft. Okay, this is a single spacecraft. So Voyager 2 is the target Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune to know their atmosphere. So Voyager 2 and New Horizons is a NASA missions, is single spacecraft, and New Horizons for the identify the Pluto and its moon, and also its mission objective is to know about the Kuiper belt. Okay, so this is a single spacecraft, so you can easily eliminate Voyager 2 and New Horizons. And then there is a confusion between the two options, LISA Pathfinder and Evolved LISA. So LISA Pathfinder is the European Space Agency one mission where they want to know, first of all, see what is LISA. LISA is here laser interferometry spaced antenna. Okay, this is used for the identification of gravitational wave in universe. Okay, so LISA Pathfinder is a European Space Agency program. It's a project where they are found in future if they will start a such project, whether they will be success or not. So LISA Pathfinder is like a experiment that was done by European Space Agency and was success. And Evolved LISA is a experiment where there is a three spacecraft that will be an equilateral triangle, that a triangle where equal sides, you know, the equilateral triangle where each angle make an angle of 60 degree. It's called an equilateral triangle. So these three spacecraft will be there and distance will be billions of kilometers, and they can share a data to identify the gravitational wave, whether it's present in universe or not. So this will be the D option will be the correct answer. This will be the Evolved LISA is the experiment where a three spacecraft will be there. So LISA Pathfinder is just to know whether the project will be success in future or not. Okay, so correct answer will be a D, Evolved LISA Pathfinder. See, टॉपिक इज रिपीटिंग अगेन. ऐसा नहीं कि फर्स्ट टाइम यूपीएससी ये सब क्वेश्चन पूछा है. ये सब क्वेश्चन हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं इनडायरेक्टली और डायरेक्टली वे में यूपीएससी पूछते रहता है प्रीलिम्स में. Now in India the term public key infrastructure is used in the context of digital security infrastructure, food security infrastructure, healthcare and education infrastructure, telecommunication and transport infrastructure. So public key infrastructure is used in the context of digital security infrastructure. So public key infrastructure is a technology for authenticating users and devices in the digital world. The basic idea is to have one or more trusted parties digitally signed documents certifying that a particular cryptographic key belong to a particular user or device. So again, this topic is from your blockchain technology or cryptocurrency. Okay, blockchain technology or cryptocurrency. Okay, so see, topic is repeating again and again. So digital security infrastructure, a public key infrastructure. Now this is a one sample question, very easy question. If you will read class 9th NCERT, then you can easily solve this question. Okay, the difference between just a animal cell and plant cell. The first statement is plant cell have cellulose cell wall while animal cell does not. So when you will see the difference between cell wall, plant cell wall and animal cell wall. So second statement is talking about cell wall present in addition to plasma membrane and consists of middle lamellae, primary and secondary walls. In animal cell, cell wall absent. Okay. So plant cell have cellulose cell wall while animal cell do not. Okay. So animal cell have do not. Okay. Second one, plant cell do not have plasma membrane like animal cell which do. Okay, so plasma membrane in animal cell is absent, but it is present in plant cell. Okay, plant cell में present रहता है क्योंकि plasma membrane यहीं पर दिया हुआ है. Plasma membrane and both cell wall and plasma membrane both are present. So statement 2 will be a wrong. And mature plant cell has one large vacuole while animal cell has many small vacuoles. So vacuole large and permanent in plant cell. Here talking about mature plant cell have large vacuole while animal cell have many small vacuole. And where is the vacuole? Small and temporary. So this statement is also true. So option C will be the correct answer. Means 1 and 3 will be the correct. This is just a simple difference between plant and animal cells. So you have to read class 9th NCERT, living organisms class 9th NCERT science book का, जहाँ पर you will see a difference between plant and animal cell, a different type of means mitochondria क्या होता है, ठीक है. So this type of things you should know what exactly they are doing a function. Okay, so this is one indication that students should not ignore reading class 9th NCERT, 10th NCERT. Basic reading NCERT in science subject is very, very important. Another question 55 from set C. What is importance of using pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in India? First of all, you have to understand what is pneumococcal conjugate. It is a diseases that of any illness caused by pneumococcal bacteria. Pneumococcal bacteria means this bacteria can be cause many type of illness including pneumonia and sepsis. The first statement is this vaccine are effective against the pneumonia as well as meningitis and sepsis. So meningitis and sepsis. This statement is proof that pneumococcal disease is type of illness that is caused by the pneumococcal bacteria, and that include your pneumonia bacteria and sepsis. So obviously this type of vaccine will be provide immunity, okay, immunity from such type of diseases. So statement 1 will be a correct. Dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistant bacteria can be reduced. Okay, see, dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistant bacteria can be reduced. And third statement is this vaccine have no side effect and cause no allergic reaction. So this is proved by many of the research that this type of vaccine has some side effect. Okay, pneumococcal bacteria are one of the most common cause of pneumonia. Okay, and it is some type of side effect like a mild side effect. The pneumococcal polysaccharide vaccine, the version of the pneumococcal vaccine given to the adult and children over the age of 2 include. So it's like include your mild soreness or hardness. There are some side effects. Okay, so dependent on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistant bacteria can be reduced. So this statement will be also a correct statement. Dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistance bacteria can be reduced. The option both B1 and 2 will be the correct answer. So such type of means diseases you will study in your class 9th NCERT and 10th NCERT from diseases. Okay. Now another question is from, consider the following statement. Genetic changes can be introduced in the cells that produce eggs or sperms of prospective parent. A person's genome can be edited before birth at the early embryonic stage. Human-induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of pig. So which of the following statement is or are correct? See, first statement is possible because of the CRISPR genome editing tool. We call it CRISPR genome editing tool, CRISPR Cas9. last 2 years से क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, इस साल भी क्वेश्चन आया इस पे. तो CRISPR genome editing tool is used for the bringing some genetic change. Okay, so statement 1 will be the correct. A person's genome can be edited before birth at early embryonic stage. This is also means research happen in many parts of the world, including China and USA, where the scientists produced a baby that called gene edited babies. Okay, it's called first gene edited babies. Now the main objective of this type of baby is to protect such type of offspring from disease like HIV, smallpox, and cholera. So a person's genome can be edited before birth at early embryonic stage. So this is possible. Okay. Human-induced pluripotent cell can be injected into the embryo of pig. This is also proved and means possible in many parts of the world, where domesticated animals such as dogs, pigs, and cows are considered excellent model for long-term experiment. Okay, long-term experiment in regenerative medicines and biomedical research in general, because there is similarities in physiology with humans compared to the laboratory use of rat. So statement 3 is also correct. So all 3 statement is correct. So correct answer will be 54D. Okay. Now move to the next question. This is again a VLC, means visible light communication technology, based on the concept called Li-Fi. Li-Fi was the question last year, the 2016 there was a question from Li-Fi. So if you will study Li-Fi, Li-Fi is also based on the technique called visible light communication. And Li-Fi, when you compare Li-Fi and Wi-Fi, Li-Fi transfer more data as compared to the Wi-Fi. So when you read this statement, so VLC uses electromagnetic spectrum wavelength of 375 to 780 nanometer. So this statement is correct. Visible light communication. It is known as long range optical wireless communication. So when we compare the Bluetooth, okay, VLC is like it uses a visual light. It's like a visible lights. Okay, where by the help of light it transfers the data. So if any opaque wall or a opaque object will be present, that will be act as an obstacle or will be act in the path of the light. So obviously the data will be not transferred. Suppose you are in a one room and other room you have a Li-Fi technology, so you cannot able to access this internet in your other room, because wherever the light will be reaches, in that place you will get internet access. So this is one this is one of the limitation of this VLC, visible light communication technology. It's not for a long range, it's for a short range. So by eliminating 2, we'll see option number A, option number B, option number D, all 3 will be eliminated, and option number C will be the correct answer. And this is option number statement 3. When you'll see VLC can transmit large amount of data faster than Bluetooth. Yes, it transfers large amount of data. VLC has no electromagnetic interference. So yes, VLC has no any electromagnetic interference. Okay, so all apart from statement 2, 1, 3, 4 is the correct answer. Okay. Now what we conclude by seeing the question of polity and science and technology is that in science and technology you have to solve all these questions first and focus on each and every topic, what are the topic is given. So for next year prelims, what you will do, See topics like you will follow the topics. So first you have to read class 9th and 10 NCERT. Okay. In science and technology, you have to focus more on biotechnology. Biotechnology topics like Casper technology, Casper genome editing technology. Okay. This is the first topic. Second topic, space technology. You should know about the missions that launched by ISRO and NASA. ठीक है, क्या क्या इनका मिशन है. थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट, यू नो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे आपको हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ आते रहता है क्वेश्चन. एंड ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी इज आल्सो, blockchain technology, artificial intelligence and blockchain technology is also one area where you focus. Okay. And like defense technology and nuclear technology, this is again very important area. Okay, so science and technology, we have to solve the past year question paper. Okay, so thanks for attending this session. I will meet you again on Saturday with a new topic. Okay, thank you to everybody.